when is it time? How do I know it's time to get my child help with counseling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first thing that you want to look for with this is changes in their behavior, in their mood, and in their personality. They were always this way once, and now all of a sudden they're doing something else. And you're just like, I don't know what to do with this. And so that might be a good time to reach out to counselors. Another thing is if they're all of a sudden persistently sad, they aren't taking joy in things that they used to enjoy. They're irritable. They're withdrawn. They're not liking life. And it seems as if they're not actively pursuing life. When that starts, it's definitely time to call in the professionals. Maybe they have extreme fears or anxiety that's beginning to interfere with their daily life. Or maybe they're struggling with things socially. Talking to somebody about that is definitely a good thing to do. Or you're having a family issue. A lot of the kids that I see are kids that are managing their parents' divorce. And so, the parents are dealing with their stuff, but the one who a lot of times picks up the check for that is the kids. And so if they have somebody to walk alongside them, somebody that they can share what they're feeling or how they're feeling about that, or even questions that they didn't know that they even had. A lot of the kids that are dealing with their folks' divorce come to me, and
I would say if you're getting a divorce, your children need to be in counseling. I've worked with a lot of divorce cases, and think about it this way. If it was something that progressively went south in your marriage, you felt the progressive change, the distance, the loneliness, the tension, the arguments, the fear, different things. Your children don't experience it quite like that. They go from my parents are married and I'm in a home, and maybe they do feel tension or they see you arguing, but it goes from I have an intact home to now I don't. So they're starting the grief process from stage one. When you started grieving maybe a year ago, when you were feeling the distance grow in your marriage. And so now you're kind of accepting here we are, and this is why. Your children are just now going, what's happening? And so they need time to process. They need permission. They need support, because going to you about being upset or going to dad could also alienate the other parent. And so they may even hold it all in because they don't want to make it worse. So a lot of reasons why, if you're going through your divorce or you have, and your child isn't quite the same sense, maybe they're more quiet, maybe they're more shut down.
Right. And they always have a tendency to, children of divorce have a tendency to think that it's their fault.
Yes.
And so they need
that. If I didn't lose the spelling bee, then my parents would have never fought and they would have never gotten divorced.
That's exactly right.
And even though it's like really far stretch, like how did you go from spelling bee to that? They somehow make it work in their mind. They justify it through that lens.
Right. Another reason that kids might need to see a therapist is they've gone through some sort of trauma. Maybe it's a car accident that they've been through. Maybe their house burned down. Something like that. They need somebody to be able to process that with. Any sort of significant life changes that they've got. Also, one thing huge that parents need to look for is unexplained physical symptoms. Watch for those constant headaches or those stomach aches. Something is probably going on that's driving that.
If there's no medical cause, if you've done the right procedures. I know I had a kiddo who did multiple upper and lower GIs. They had stomach problems all over the place. It was anxiety. So they found nothing, everything clean bill of health. It was anxiety. And once we started working on it and regulating it, suddenly the stomach issues went away.
Yep. Also, definitely if they're self-harming and you find out about it, or if they're dealing with some suicidal thoughts, you need to see something. Or there's some sort of persistent behavioral issue, anything like that. Or anything else that you're stumped as a parent as far as how to help them. That's when it's time to reach out for somebody like us.
I really appreciate your time, Ginny. This was such great information. And this was an echo, again, of the Brandywine Elementary lecture you gave. These were the follow-up questions for you. And so we want to thank anyone from Brandywine Elementary. If you're joining us today and listening to these answers, if you were one that gave us one of these questions, we love that. We love back and forth dialogue. We love getting feedback. If you want to put in the comments, even right now, a topic you would like us to see us cover in a podcast, we would love to put that on the schedule, even let you know, email you when it's going to launch so you can find it, get the information you need when you need it.
It was such a fun time, and I so enjoyed answering all of these questions. If you have more questions, keep the dialogue going. We would love to do more of these, and we would love to answer the questions that you all as parents are interested in. I am so thankful for you. Please like and subscribe to our page at JCAC. You know, there's a lot of really great information out there. And I look forward to seeing you again. And until then, I wish you good mental health.